Harry Ramos had just come back from a week off of work. His mother-in-law had died, and so he'd taken some time to be with his family. He was speaking with his May Davis office assistant on the 87th floor of the World Trade Center North Tower at 8:48 a.m. on that Tuesday, September 11th, 2001. Suddenly, a violent explosion rocked their building. It brought light fixtures tumbling to the ground and file cabinets toppling over on top of each other. Papers and an awful hot smoke was blowing everywhere. Ramos heard people screaming and saw giant holes opening up in the ceiling above him. Rushing to the windows, a coworker said that he saw a crowd that was gathering below in Battery Park, staring up at their tower. And it was then that Ramos heard his boss, May Davis COO John DeVito, speaking to his wife Marilyn on the phone. He was telling her that he loved her, that he and his employees were in danger, and to take care of their children. Ramos thought he heard her crying on the other end. In the midst of all the chaos, DeVito took the lead, guiding a human chain of scared people down the emergency staircase. Ramos followed in the rear, grabbing any stragglers and ensuring that no one would be left behind. About the 53rd floor, they met their first firefighters, lugging their heavy equipment up the stairs towards the raging inferno. 9 floors later, Harry spotted Victor. Victor Wald hunched over one of the railings, unable to move. A large man, Victor was struggling to carry his body down the steps, and when he spotted Harry, he begged him, "Harry, please help me." And Harry promised that he would. Suddenly, another violent lurch of the building, accompanied by a terrifying, low roar. The frightening sound of the second plane motivated Harry and Victor to keep moving. That was until they reached the 36th floor when Victor's legs finally gave out and he said he couldn't go on. Another man who had stopped to help encouraged Victor to sit down and scoot his way down the steps. But soon, Wald gave up. More frantic firefighters began yelling at Harry and the other man to leave Victor and to get out as soon as they could. But Harry turned and looked Victor in the eye and said, "Don't worry, I'm with you." This story, like so many others from 9/11, does not have a happy ending as we've come to know them. It doesn't end with Harry and Victor escaping just before the tower collapsed. They both died that day. But the ending of their story is not buried in piles of concrete and rubble. In many ways, it remains for us to write. Harry Ramos didn't go to work that day thinking it would be his last day on Earth. No one ever does. But the truth is that no one ever knows. And so the question of 9/11 that remains for each of us is to choose, as Harry did, what kind of person we will be. If we ever encounter such an explosive moment in time, will we choose to be the kind that run out of fires to safety and security, or the kind of people who stay in fires to comfort and care for others? As we see the pictures and the videos of exploding planes and smoldering buildings this weekend, remember that on the 87th floor of that building that you're looking at was Harry Ramos, being thrust into an end-of-life drama that he didn't choose, but that he couldn't avoid. And Harry chose that September 11th morning what kind of person he would be remembered as long as his story is told. May we choose this September 11th to keep telling his story and to walk in his heroic footsteps. May God bless the memory of all of those who lost their lives on September 11th, 2001, and the families that they left behind.